What if I told you that your financial decisions are shaped more by your mindset than by the actual market? Imagine being on a roller coaster, feeling every twist and turn, yet not realizing you could simply step off whenever you want. Many people believe their money mindset is purely logical, but here's the catch: it's often clouded by emotional biases. You are not alone in this. It's a hidden struggle that impacts countless decisions, both big and small. So why isn't this discussed more? Picture this: you're in a store, and a shiny new gadget catches your eye. It's on sale, even though you don't really need it. Still, your heart races, and you find yourself justifying the purchase. Sound familiar? That rushes your emotions, taking the lead, not your rational mind. While this moment might seem harmless, it reveals how biases influence your financial choices. What if I told you that these unchecked emotions could cost you thousands over time? It's like a dripping faucet: small leaks that can eventually drown your finances. Let's dig a little deeper. Imagine investing in a stock just because everyone else is buzzing about it. You feel that urgency, that fear of missing out. This common mistake, driven by bias, can lead you to pour money into a sinking ship simply because you let your emotions take control. Can you see how these biases create a false narrative about your financial health? You might convince yourself everything is fine while ignoring that growing credit card debt. It's like wearing blinders while racing toward a cliff. But don't worry, there's a way to break free from this cycle. Imagine pausing before every financial decision to reflect. What emotions are influencing you? What's behind that urge to spend or invest? This simple step can help you gain clarity. It's about taking control instead of just reacting. Picture this: you become the driver of your financial journey, not just a passenger along for the ride. While the solution seems straightforward, the real challenge lies in committing to change. Are you ready to hold yourself accountable? It's easy to stick with familiar habits, but real growth requires facing some uncomfortable truths. As you reflect on your financial habits, ask yourself: what biases have you been overlooking? What emotions have been quietly guiding your decisions? Embrace this awareness, and you'll start to see your financial landscape. As we wrap this up, remember, understanding the often overlooked impact of emotional biases can transform not just your money mindset, but your entire financial future. Dive deep, question everything, and take the wheel of your financial life. If this resonates with you, take a moment to reflect. And if you're ready to embark on this journey of self-discovery, consider subscribing for more insights that could change everything. Your money deserves better, and so do you. Imagine waking up one morning to find your financial dreams slipping away, not due to market fluctuations or unexpected bills, but because your own mind is working against you. Many believe they are making rational financial choices, yet a hidden force twists our decisions in ways we hardly notice. This force is emotional bias, and it might be costing you more than you realize. Have you ever made a purchase just because everyone else was doing it? Or held onto a stock longer than you should have, convinced it would bounce back? These aren't just simple mistakes, they are emotional biases whispering in your ear, leading you down a risky path. Picture yourself in a grocery store staring at two brands of the same product. One is cheaper, yet you choose the more expensive option because a friend recommended it, and you don't want to seem cheap. This is a classic example of how emotional biases can distort your judgment. You might think you're immune to these feelings, but they can infiltrate your financial decisions in ways you can't see. For instance, you've saved diligently for a vacation, but when a friend invites you on a last-minute trip, you say yes even though it strains your budget. That impulse. That's emotional bias at work. The stakes get even higher when investing. Fear of missing out can lead you to buy high and sell low, leaving you with lingering regret. How many times have you watched your friends cash in while you're left wondering what went wrong? As we peel back the layers, the truth becomes clear: emotional biases can blind you to better opportunities. You might overlook a solid investment because it doesn't feel right, or chase a trend that excites you instead of thinking logically. So, what can you do about it? The first step is awareness. Start questioning your motivations. Before making a financial decision, ask yourself why you're leaning one way or another. Is it based on logic or driven by emotion? Next, take a step back. Implement a 24-hour rule before making major decisions. This pause can help you avoid costly mistakes fueled by fleeting feelings. As we wrap up, remember, your money mindset shapes your future. Learning to recognize those unseen biases is the first step toward achieving financial freedom. Don't let your emotional responses dictate your financial journey. So the next time you're about to make a significant financial decision, stop and reflect. What's truly driving your choice? Your future self will thank you for it. Keep this in mind, and you might just change the course of your financial life. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast ocean, waves crashing beautifully against the shore. It looks serene, but beneath the surface lie hidden dangers. That's a lot like your financial mindset, seemingly calm, but potentially filled with unseen risks. What if I told you that every time you make a financial decision, you're not just crunching numbers? You're battling invisible forces, emotional biases that can sabotage your best intentions. This happens more often than you might think, and many people don't even realize it's happening. Let's dive deeper. Picture this: you just received your paycheck. Excited, you plan to invest in that stock everyone's buzzing about. But then a little voice whispers, what if you lose it all? That's fear talking, which can lead to hesitation and steer you away from smart choices. Now, think back to the last time you treated yourself to something unnecessary, maybe a new gadget or a fancy dinner. You might have told yourself it was a reward for your hard work. But was it really a reward, or were you trying to fill a void? That's emotional bias at play, disguised as rewards but ultimately draining your finances. Imagine scrolling through social media. Everyone seems to be living their best life, dining at upscale restaurants, traveling the world. It's easy to feel FOMO, or the fear of missing out. Suddenly, those impulse buys seem justified, and you convince yourself you deserve it, but at what cost? Here's where it gets tricky. Those small decisions can end up leading you down a path that may not align with your financial goals. Sure, here's the tightened version of your script: chunk emotional biases can accumulate over time, like tiny ripples turning into a tidal wave. Before you know it, your savings are dwindling, and you're left wondering where it all went. You might blame your job, the economy, or bad luck, but the real issue lies in these biases that cloud your view of money. Now, imagine sitting down with a financial advisor. They might suggest creating a budget, which sounds sensible, right? But if those emotional biases linger, your budget becomes just another piece of paper. You'll find ways to justify overspending or avoiding investments, trapping yourself in a cycle of stress. It's time to face the truth: those biases won't vanish unless you acknowledge them. What if you began your journey by tracking your emotions related to money? Each time you feel the urge to spend, pause for a moment and ask yourself what's driving that feeling. As you dig deeper, you might uncover some uncomfortable truths. Perhaps you're spending to impress others or out of boredom. Recognizing these motivations is the first step toward regaining control. But don't stop there. Cultivate a healthier money